Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel, SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A, for those of y'all that haven't ever seen one of my videos. This time around, it is for the new moon in Sagittarius. Gosh, guys, you know when you first do your hair, get your hair done, and you get like braids put in or you get a weave, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. So I'm probably be swinging my hair like Beyonce through this whole video. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Hasn't even been 24 hours yet. As I was saying, this is the new moon in Sagittarius. For those of you guys that have never, that have never seen a new moon. For those of you guys that don't really know what that means or are just now getting into astrology, the new moon symbolizes the beginning of a new lunar cycle. And with that being said, the energy that comes with that is that of new beginnings, new chapters, new cycles, rejuvenation, feeling refreshed. The new moon, when you're looking at it in the sky, it appears as if it's not there. It's the point in the lunar cycle when the moon is not visible to the human eye. I remember when I was little, I used to be able to make out like the outline. I'm not that good at it anymore, but I also wear glasses now, so that could have a little bit to do with it. With that being said, there also comes this energy of, you know, mystery, of haziness, sometimes of confusion with the new moon, as we don't really know what's going on. It's new, it's fresh, it's brand new. We don't really know what's to come yet, right? This time around, it is in the sign of Sagittarius, the Archer. So this is a pretty cool new moon, a pretty dope new moon. I'm kind of excited for this lunar cycle. It coincides with the end of the calendar year. We do go into Capricorn lunar season right before the end of the new year, right before the end of the year, right before we go into the new year. But we only have like 5 or 6 days in this calendar year underneath the Capricorn lunar cycle. So really, this is us wrapping up 2019 with the Sagittarius lunar cycle. So gosh, and I don't have a hair tie close to me or anything of the sort. Sorry, y'all. We had this new moon, as you guys know. I try so hard to get these up like the couple days before, but I'm really bad at it. But we're here. The day after, we had the new moon yesterday on November 26th. That was Tuesday at, what did I see? 10:05 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested, do your calculations. As I was saying, this new moon is in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the Archer. Sagittarius is the adventurer. If you know any Sagittarians, you know they are adventurous. They can be very philosophical. They are also very optimistic. They're free. They tend to be independent. And Sagittarius is also a sign associated with a very high spiritual vibration. So along with this being the end of the year, and us wrapping up the fall season right before we go into the winter season, there is this super intense energy coming along with Sag to help us, you know, to help us bring things or wrap things up. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about with this sign is the fact that it is a mutable fire sign. So as you guys know, fire is an energy associated with drive, with movement, with motivation, with actually doing things with action. And mutable signs wrap up the seasons. They are wrapping up, ending. They are bringing things to a close. So we are in the fall season, which is the season of change, and we have the Sagittarian mutable energy, which is this energy of action going along with the energy of change. So for a lot of us over this next month, during the month of December, we're going to be we're going to be in this space where, you know, if you watch my videos, I've been talking about all of this change that we've prepared for, all of this work that we've been doing to get ready for the change that's coming in for us. We are now at the point to where we are tying up the loose ends. We're finishing up the work. We are, you know, going over the details, giving a little bit of attention to detail to say, okay, this just needs to be done here. This needs to be tweaked here. I need to do this here. Getting started on, you know, all of the things that we want to see it as far as this change goes. If we've been procrastinating on it, actually, you know, getting started on it right now. And there may be a little bit of rushed energy that comes along with it. You may feel a little rushed. That is just the Sagittarius fire. Also with, you know, in society, all of this talk about, you know, the end of 2019, we're getting ready to go into 2020, you got to wrap things up. So you may have a little bit of this rushed energy behind your projects or behind, you know, the goals that you've set for yourself, but you will find yourself working on them or actually doing things to push you a little bit closer towards them during this next month. Even if it seems kind of minimal, just know that putting the energy into doing the action is what is going to spark what's to come, okay? With Sagittarius being adventurous, again, if you know any Sagittarians, you know they're down for whatever. They're down to do anything. One of my best friends is a Sag, and matter of fact, her birthday's tomorrow on Thanksgiving. I think that it tends to fall on Thanksgiving well, I don't want to say quite a bit, but I think there's been a couple of times since I've known Tori that it has. But she's a Sag, and I always say, you know, Tori is my writer. She's down for whatever. She's down to go and live my best life with me, and I'm down to live her best life with her. Whenever we link up, we always get into a lot of wild shit, and that's because she's a Sagittarius. That's all it is. But with that being said, Sagittarius has that aspect of adventure to them. So we're going to be feeling this pull to take a leap of faith. Having this optimistic energy lent to us by Sagittarius with this new moon energy of new beginnings, making new moves, making changes, coming into new spaces, it's going to be like, you know, I am confident in what I've done. I am confident in the fact that I have put in the work here, that I've made the changes here that needed to be made, that I've started doing this here and doing this here and X, Y, and Z and A, B, C. Now that I know what it is that I want to do, now that I know the destination that I'm trying to get to, I feel like I've done everything that I needed to do. There's always work to do, as is anything in life, but you know, I feel like I've done what I needed to do, and now I'm ready to put myself out there. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to get it going. I'm ready to be in this next chapter. I am okay with turning the page and walking away from all of the things that I've done. And walking away from doesn't mean forgetting about or, you know, pushing to the side. It just means you've done the work there. So now that you acknowledge that, now that you know that and understand that, you're like, okay, I've put in my energy here. Now it's time for my energy to be here, which brings me into the next major point that I wanted to talk about with this Sagittarius. Well, not the next major point, another point with this taking this leap of faith. We are going to be feeling with Sagittarius being very spiritual and very very philosophical. We're going to be feeling like, okay, I'm being pulled away from this because I am coming into divine alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing in this life, what I'm supposed to be doing right now, here, today, tomorrow, in the next few months, in the next year. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And also Jupiter is getting ready to leave home in Sagittarius and go into Capricorn. So it's like, okay, Jupiter's been kind of comfortable. Now it's time to do the work, and I'm okay doing the work because I'm comfortable here with what I have already done. So now it's time to be in the next chapter. We're not on chapter 2019 anymore. So it's kind of like you're jumping ahead of the game. You're wrapping things up before everybody starts to, you know, count down to 2020. You're like, okay, it's a collective energy, but this is, if you're really in tune with these energies, this is what it's going to be feeling like. It's going to be like, okay, 2020 is coming, but 2020 is really now for us, if that makes sense. Like, I need to act as if I'm already there because I've done everything that needed to be done in 2019. So getting a little bit ahead of the game is what this Sagittarius energy is going to be bringing in for us as well. Also with Sag, there's going to be the sense of freedom. Sagittarians, as I was saying about Tori, like, she's down to ride, she's down to do whatever. They're the archers. They shoot their arrows, And it's not like they say, okay, I'm shooting my arrow here, I want to hit that point. It's kind of just like, I feel like going out and shooting my arrow, now I have to go retrieve it, what's over here. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be this sense of freedom along with, you know, I'm okay moving into the next chapter. You don't have the restraints of the heaviness of 2019 anymore, if that makes sense. You're really going to be gathering all your bags up, gathering all the trash, picking up all the clutter. I think that was the Scorpios and maybe the Virgos from the Scorpio lunar cycle. I was talking about that in the tarot forecast where I was saying, you know, there's scrap metal on the floor. It's time to pick it all up. So you're going back, as I was saying, paying attention to detail, going through, brushing everything up, sweeping everything up, putting it into the trash cans, tying it up, and you're actually getting ready to pick it up, take it out to the dumpster, not just leave it in the kitchen. And you're like, okay, now that I've gotten all of that out the way, I feel free to move, free to be, free to live my best life, and free to do what it is that I want to do, coming along with that adventurous Sagittarian energy. Okay. I do like to talk about these signs on the shadow side a little bit. Sagittarius, when they're not operating in their light aspects, they can be very impulsive. They're fire. Any fire sign, all the fire signs, y'all could be really impulsive and not think about things before you do them, going based off of passion. And with us being in this energy of just feeling rejuvenated, feeling ready to get on to the next point, just be mindful, don't move too quickly. There still has to be a little bit of thought going into the moves that you make. And keep in mind, the next thing is Capricorn lunar cycle, and we still got Saturn and Capricorn. We're getting ready to wrap it up. So if you fuck some shit up during this lunar cycle, instead of using the Capricorn lunar cycle to build upon what it is that you're trying to, what the foundations that you start here, you're gonna be stuck with doing the work to clean up your mess from this month, as opposed to just doing the work to get into the new year. Sagittarians can be a little overextensive too. They can do a little bit too much. So be mindful during this next month. Again, talking about all these things that we want to do, is you're setting yourself up for, you know, the success that's coming in. Don't, what is the phrase that I'm looking for? It's a old people saying that I can't think of, but don't bite off more than you can chew. That wasn't the phrase, but you know, don't do way more than needs to be done, because when things actually play out, as we all know, the best way to make God laugh is to tell him your plan. So as you might have an idea of how things are going to play out, although they'll play out how they need to for you, which is typically always the end goal, they may not play out how you thought they would, or that road to it might not be what you thought, and you might not be prepared like you thought you were. So don't prepare too much for something that you don't even know how it's gonna take to in the physical. Okay. What else do I got here? Sagittarius can be kind of rude and very judgmental too. So just during this next month, as people are also feeling the Sagittarius energy and getting into being comfortable and living their best lives and doing what it is that they need to do and taking the steps into you know, achieving their own goals, what that is for them could not work for you, and it could be something completely different. Just because you don't understand it or you don't agree does not mean that it's your place to judge. It does not mean that it's your place to say anything about it. Do your thing, shoot your arrow over there and go mind your business, get your shit together, let them get their shit together over there, you know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of those energies as they come up during this next month, and just understand that they are kind of nudged by the Sagittarian lunar influence. Quickly, let's go a little bit into the numerology for this lunar cycle, for this lunation. This new moon happened in 4 degrees. For those of you that are into numerology, 4, you know that 4 is a number associated with stability, with foundation, with organization and practicality, and also with growth. So as I was saying, we are wrapping up, taking the time to tie up the loose ends and pay attention to detail. We are also doing that so that we can, again, step into our new chapters and really make those new chapters and those ideas that we have the foundations for the lives that we're going to be living. Live your best life. I always say that. What we're doing right here with this energy right now is taking the first steps into that, and we want the steps to go smoothly. We want the path to be smooth. We don't want to be stepping on, like I said, scrap metal. We don't want to be falling off the edge. It's like we are trying to live our best lives, and we are taking step 1 and step 2 and step 3 and step 4, and that's what this 4th degree lunation coming in is lending to us and saying, okay, as you're stepping into this, you are firmly stepping into this. You're solid, you're stable, you're actually manifesting this in the physical to build upon, okay? And this moon also happened on a 5-day, which, as I don't believe in coincidence, but I'm really psyched about this lunation happening on a 5-day, being in the mutable sign of Sag, meaning wrapping up the season of change. And as you know, 5 is the number associated with change, with transformation. So major transformative energy. As I was talking about with the Scorpio lunar cycle, I feel like for a lot of us, we really are coming into that Scorpio rapper Drake's album title, Nothing Was the Same. You know, these changes that we're making, these steps that we're taking, we are going into a completely different version of life. And not, like I was saying earlier, not to say that you're leaving things behind. It's just that you've done everything that you needed to do in this chapter. You are turning the page. You're now in this chapter, and it's completely different from what was over here. But that's okay, because Sagittarius, let's go see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is the time, it's really the time to go out and get it. Whatever your goals are, especially if you haven't been acting on them, take this month, this last month of December, right before we go into Capricorn season, to where you're really going to be buckling down. Take this last month to plant the rest of the seeds that haven't been planted, to tend to the seeds that have already started to grow, to shuffle some things around, to have some conversations, to make some moves, to make some changes, because this is the time to do it now before we're actually in it and operating with everything that we've created, okay? Allow life to lead. We've got a fire lunar cycle here with that adventurous energy of Sagittarius. So let life take you where it's going to take you. You will not be led to where you don't need to be, although sometimes the path may seem a little crazy at times. Just understand that everything happens for a reason, whether it's for you to learn or whether it's for you to grow. Allow life to lead you, and take the fire and follow suit. Don't just see where life is taking you and be like, okay, I got you. No. See where life is taking you, follow suit. Action. We're in a fire lunar cycle, okay? Shoot the arrows. And then be Sag and go retrieve it wherever it ended up, you know? If you're into doing intentions, this is a good time to do intentions regarding change that you want to see come in, or change that you really need to accelerate. Also happiness, as I was saying earlier, Sag is a very optimistic sign. So intentions in regards to your happiness, and also in regards to living your best life and the freedom to be you and do what you want to do and live life how you want to live it. The people that are going to be the most affected by this lunation, by this lunar cycle, are of course people with their personal planets. Well, one with their moon in Sagittarius in 4 degrees, and then people with their personal planets in Sagittarius and or 4 degrees. And then of course, if you've got a Sag heavy or a fire heavy, or a lot of mutable, or a lot of 4-degree aspects in your chart, you can expect to see some major change happening for you during this month of December with the Sagittarius lunar cycle influence coming in, okay? Shameless plug time. Check out the Sagittarius lunar, this is always a mouthful for me, the Sagittarius lunar cycle tarot forecast. I will have those going up over the next week. They are free 99. There's one for every sign. Bars. Somebody sign me and let me ghostwrite your songs. Give me some money. And look at this. I like that. So you guys know I paint my nails to go with the color of the lunar cycle, really for my videos, but gold just makes me think of money, so I'm feeling like money, honey. What else was it? What was I talking about? The Sagittarius lunar cycle tarot forecast. We did just end the Mercury retrograde. We're in the shadow period for the next week or so. Check out that Scorpio Mercury retrograde lunar cycle. No, Lord, Scorpio retrograde video. And then also check out, we did just end the Neptune retrograde, and we will be in the shadow period of that for a couple of weeks. I have all of the things linked down below for you. If you're interested in a reading or any of the products that I offer, like chakra jewelry or personalized detailed natal reports or numerology reports, or what else do I sell, y'all? Well, that's really it as of right now. But if you're interested in any of that, I am having a holiday sale starting on Black Friday going through Christmas Eve. So if you want to get some last minute gifts, go on and check out my Etsy shop, which I also have linked down below, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with me swinging my hair all over the place. I want to go listen to Willow Smith now. I whip my hair back and forth, I whip my hair back and forth. I'm about to really go listen to that song. Thanks for bearing with me while I deal with adjusting to my new hair for the time being, and thank you guys for rocking with me. I'm coming up on 2 years now, so thanks for those of y'all that are just now tuning in. Thanks for those of y'all that have been rocking with me from the start, and thanks for those of y'all that I have picked up along the way. I truly and honestly appreciate y'all. Happy holidays. I hope you enjoy whatever it is that you celebrate, and I will see y'all next time for whatever video I have coming up next. Peace.